Alright, hello everyone, welcome to the Osimania Apprentice Level 7K Tournament Round of 16 weekend we have right now. I am Serpshu85 and alongside me in the commentary booth is Mifa. How are you doing?
Hello. Doing fantastic after seeing actually a new map pool for like the round of 16, and it's gonna get a little bit harder for especially these players in particular, where they have some struggles for a little bit for this harder map pool in general. So we'll see what happens to see how these two players perform.
Well, right now we have a losers bracket match between loleur361 and Nene Sakura. If I'm not mistaken, Nene Sakura lost in an upset against Shikitashi 4-1, and loleur lost to Kazon 4-1 as well during the round of 32.
Yeah, seems like it's gonna be interesting to see, because the map pool does scale quite a bit, and I feel this would be something interesting where for the loser of their opposing matches in round of 32 would be kind of feeling the struggle on playing some of these picks in particular, I feel.
I think we're going to be seeing I think warm-ups, and that is one name I usually don't see in like the 7K charter circles, like SoZero.
Well, I mostly recognized for most of the 4K LN cards, but not for 7K, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of not unusual to see their name in like a 7K context, but anyways, I think we're just waiting for these two to start this thing up.
Alright, let's see what happens. I don't know if this is going to be something alongside of like the LNs, because usually like in the naming context of SoZero, it would be just literally straight up LN on the difficulty name, but I feel like this wouldn't be the case. Or maybe, kind of.
Well, as it appears though, it's kind of like just a bit hybridish. Though just to give a bit few more context, Nene Sakura wasn't in an optimal setup at the time their match happened last weekend, because as far as we know, they just recently came after after a move, so they haven't really gotten to a proper setup just yet. So definitely for Nene Sakura, something to take note of, especially that if they want to go further in the tournament. Same goes for loleur as well. kind of, yep, in the losers bracket, kind of expected considering their matchup.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully for the issues will be sorted out for, I guess, Nene Sakura as well, given the optimal setup should be. I think it might have been like in this match in particular.
Also, just for those who are not that much caught, not that caught up in the tournament, in the round of 16, the matches are going to be of a best of 9 format. So it'll be first to 5 points. Oh, banning rules are still the same. There's only one ban, and as we mentioned in the forum thread, there are no protects in the entire tournament.
Yeah, and of course with the with how best of 9 really is, it really expands the map pool by like a couple things. So they have some choices in particular. For I guess in the context, I think there's one more LN and there's also one more Rise here.
Anyways, on to this one, we kind of see Loleur kind of struggling to hit some of these patterns, which is not really that much of a good sign because it does appear that this warm-up in particular is somewhere around the difficulty of this current map pool.
Well, I mean, by the difficulty status, it also comes with like harsh transitions. Like we've seen like a couple of bursts here and there that are just pretty rude.
Oh yeah, they do barge in.
Oh, we get some kind of LNs, more of the wackier releases there. Just test a bit of everything, and I feel like Nene Sakura should have something on their mind to make sure that they have a plan going forward.
Anyways, now I see since that's the first warm up, I presume that there will be a second one unless the players decide to skip the warm up, the second warm up altogether. And oh, it does appear that
Like
they
there's only
are.
one warm up. There's only one warm up, and Nene Sakura already has a very not promising of a role. With only 16, so it should be more than that for Loleur to catch up with the role.
I mean, there's a chance for for the next roll to be a bit lower. I mean, it's not really impossible.
I mean, of course, you don't want to roll lower than 16 to be actually losing a roll.
We're just waiting for the second one. But anyways, at least with the warm-ups scene, does appear that Nene Sakura will have the overall advantage going into the actual picks in the pool. But still, it really depends on how both of these players are going to be banning charts.
Seems like Loleur did win the roll by still quite a bit of margin, but so we'll see. Nene Sakura will probably abandon Voxel Adventure in this case.
Good one. I do think Voxel Adventure is like super easy to choke on. Like while it's super straightforward, the patterns are not exactly the friendliest, at least to play overall.
Banning Super Fantasy.
Super Fantasy. Interesting bans here from both of these players. I guess
Seems like
at least
okay ban.
at least like from what I saw during the warm-ups, I guess Loleur would be struggling on the LN streams.
Yeah, seems like a good decision to ban that one. And it's going for Baby.
Immediately going for the slow bracket pick here.
Yeah, with this kind of star rating, it's pretty intimidating to see a 4.3 completely to do some one slower brackety streams, course streams. I mean,
Yeah, I think like a lot of the difficulty of this start is like around the second minute of the chart, and and the brackets just keep falling from there. Like, in a way, like at least for this chart in particular, it would somehow play like a chord jack, but you're not really jacking at all. I probably
Well,
should
I
have
mean,
phrased that better.
yeah, I mean it's like 110 BPM, so you're not supposed to play it as like a chord jack if you're in some of the lower levels of the 7 key department.
Lawler with the early accuracy lead here, but then his Sakura immediately gets caught up as Lawler is starting to drop just a tad bit.
Well, actually, dropping there with a I mean with a miss right there, but I mean loleur definitely has a very good start here.
Yeah, that miss not helping Nana Sakura, at least at the very beginning. Like, this is a very short chart and another miss, and that was a pretty heavy one, I think, because it's practically a chord being missed there from Nana Sakura.
Yeah.
Lawler comfortably holding a full combo as of now.
There's a 50 by loleur there on one of the chords. I feel like might have misread some of them, but Nene Sakura completely recovered after the series of misses there.
But like the score gap is at least like where Lawler would be wanting it, especially with how wide it is right now. Like this short break, like I'm pretty sure might be able to give them an idea on their opponent's score if they
maybe
for some reason have their
maybe
leaderboards on.
Yeah, maybe it starts to swing once you get to the last 10 seconds. But I mean, then it's not already dropping right
Another
there.
one. Yep, and it does look like this is going to be appearing as a very good picture from Lawler. Still carrying it.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
like
a miss.
99.2. But that
This
is
is another one.
Ooh.
Another one. Like this is pretty backloaded for what the chart is.
And the Sakura needs to maintain that
Another
combo,
one.
but we see
Another
another miss from Lawler. But then the
There's a
Sakura
miss.
trades one.
Trade.
And another one. And I think this
Oh.
is Lawler's pick sealed.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, might have almost hit there the ghost tap, but it was really scary when there's some series of misses by loleur there at the end. But regardless, it's a very good point for loleur there.
Like, I kind of giving us a scare near the end there, but doing just enough. Now we're going to be seeing Nana Sakura's pick.
I think it's a Mizuki. It's the hybrid 2, which I think is a Mizuki.
Yeah, that would be Mizuki indeed. We're not going to pronounce. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, it is Mizuki. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, we cannot read whatever is in there, but it's let's just call it Mizuki when.
Arguably one of the hardest starts in this pool, and at least on what you've seen, like for charts with LNs, stuff like this should favor Nana Sakura overall.
I guess in a sense it's kind of polarizing to see different hybrids would actually differ per player, whether this is the hardest or this is like the most trickier one, probably the easiest one. Maybe for every, it's how unique with every single player find it different on every single hybrids.
It kind of like the advantage of having a pool this diverse now. Like a lot of the stuff that are in this pool are going to be starting to put some demand on the players to be able to hit them consistently, as we see Lawler grabbing the first miss of the entire chart, and that is not exactly the best act you'd want to carry right now.
A couple of few misses, which it would really hurt the score gap right there. Like, literally about 30,000 now.
Well, I guess now, if you think about it, I guess this is like that one point that you might as well just tank, because you'll be getting your next pick anyways, and you'll have the chance to grab the lead again for yourself.
Yeah, at that point, it's literally no big deal. It's not really your pick to play against, so losing a point that your opponent picked, it doesn't really matter that much.
We
Well,
see
this
two
ever did.
consecutive drops here.
Yeah, it's did drop on a few on Ellen releases there.
Drops kinda uncharacteristic from Nene Sakura here, but considering the score gap we have right now, Nene Sakura is practically safe right now unless something happens.
Yeah, there's already like almost a whole 2% gap. Really, it's just insurmountable to have a lead this big. Pretty much very safely, Nene Sakura's pick there. It's now 1-1.
And we are all tied, putting this match into a virtual best of 7.
Curious to see what Luller's gonna go with after this. I would assume it's probably gonna be like either the, I don't know, maybe like Rise 4 Decipher in this case, or maybe it's like trying another maybe a
Rise 3?
Core Jack pick in this case.
Korjak might be a good route here.
And it's Decipher,
Would
yep.
Yep.
Like I played this one before when there's actually it's uploaded. It's actually pretty kind of wonky to, for a lack of a better word, because it's usually when you play a spoon guy chart, it's all sorts of wacky stuff in between, and I think this is no exception.
Yeah. I mean, at least from what I was from like Spoon Guys chart, it's like this is one of their tamer charts, at least with the wacky
Well,
stuff.
I mean, usually you would
Yeah.
associate Spoon Guy with most of the like harder, challenging charts. So this is just a breath of fresh air, really.
Well, the only thing that both of these players should be concerned of is like the timing change on
yeah.
the streams, because it's super easy to rush them.
I mean, they seem to get the hang of it. Seems like the accuracy doesn't really seem to budge that much.
But I think we'll be seeing more of the score gap widen once like we get into the actual hard part of this chart. This is like a few seconds from now. As it stands, Loler with a 5% 0.5% accuracy advantage.
Oh wow, that's actually a very, very good decision for Lola getting 99.84 after this now. And now the patterns are getting starting to be a little bit rougher. Oh, tank a lot actually.
Loler actually tanking a lot,
Pretty
and then Sakura immediately grabbing the lead for their own. These
after being on a drop.
Yeah, these aren't exactly the easiest to hit, so I don't really blame both of these players at all. Pretty impressive for Nene Sakura to maintain their combo here as it stands, leading into the final third of this chart.
There's still that off timing change, the BPM. I mean, not just the BPM. It's a snap change more like, but still, after the drop with the leading behind by like accuracy at the very first 300 notes, Loler seemed to get some sense on how they would play on the next section like this, the core stream.
And then Sakura finding their first drop, but Loler trades it.
Another one, actually.
Where this start is definitely not yet ending, as Loler is slowly gaining in that score gap and finally grabs the lead again back to their side.
But it's still at the very last notes here.
Oh my god! Oh man, that's scary.
600 points just decided by that one particular drop at the very end. That is
very. No, that ending was scary.
Yeah, this is all what I was talking about. It's all has some whack stuff in this chart that I believe that these players might find themselves some discomfort, and I think it shows really because the score difference is already this below 1,000.
And then the Sakura going for LN2, which is actually a good pick, in my opinion. Very good pick from Nene Sakura here.
Trying to force into the LN area where I believe this would be the perfect time to pick Sanctuary more than You Are My Curse. This just feel it has has bits of Rise in there that fairly mostly consists of LN release coordination like.
Well, I think the more fun part is like at least how they'll be going for the patterns like at the middle of this chart where I think that's like the hardest portion overall, at least be able to maintain act. Loller on the other Loller unfortunately though already carrying below 99% at the very beginning, which is not exactly the best sign you could have right now.
I mean, this few patterns in the intro doesn't really seem to matter that much because mostly all the meat is just coming from the middle. This is just very simple releases. Once you get to the some bits of the flame LNs there. Or actually no, not
Ooh.
really because that's also only a drop from Loller there, not the Nene Sakura.
Yeah. That was a weird display there from the tournament client. Anyways, and Sakura comfortable with their mid 99 point. Actually, no, 99.6. Very comfortable here. Loller finding
Yeah,
an obvious drop on the
getting
spacebar.
Loller's getting lost already, and it's actually might have let go on the long on the second column.
Yeah. Here we go with some of the harder parts.
Yeah, this part is really fun to play, and I really do concur when you said that even the middle section like this, I just hit them fine, and I think this is what Nene Sakura is feeling it right now.
I do find this part like very easy to maintain your rhythm on, but overall I think this is like the hardest part to act the entire chart, and we're kind of seeing it right now from Loller.
Yeah, really struggling to find their way through. I mean, after all those barrage of mostly denser usage of LN releases there, some cores in between. Impressive to see that Nene Sakura managed to hold their way through even after that barrage.
Still maintaining a full combo, and I think this might be one of the better scores we'll be seeing from this chart over the entire weekend, I would think. Hopefully I'm not jinxing anything though.
Well, I mean, you say that, we still have less like, what, 50 nodes remaining? To play it in the entire chart to not jinx it? Hopefully some of these last LNs will still keep it. And it seems like it.
983k, that's a really good score there from Nene Sakura.
Very good ratio actually. Like literally 5 to like what 5.8, 5.8 to 1 literally. That's a very good score. 11 200s too.
Right, Loller now going to be bidding to put this in the 3-2. Hopefully on their side, obviously.
Is it going to be a chord jack? No.
Oekaki might be a good pick for now. I
Oh,
don't think I don't think the core jack is should come in this early. There you go, Oekaki.
okay. This would be interesting. I just expect that this would be kind of the same deal of a struggle with Decipher, but not in that sense.
Yeah, at least like the beginning part of the start is going to be like super hard to pull off. If like at least from what we saw on Decipher, like that middle grace chord section.
This time, Nanisaka with a mirror. I think it's all that matters. It's just really what where some of the more grace bursty type thing is gonna come out after.
Interestingly, Nene Sakura with a better accuracy with these two players.
Not
So
really.
never mind. Never mind.
Not really. Starts to find some struggle with the 200s. Actually,
There you go.
miss
That
there.
first miss.
This is very deceptively hard just to even hit them legitimately, because you would just normally hit them as chords, but nothing else.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, the song is actually pretty slow enough that you are really forced to hit them legitimately.
Well, I mean, there's some bits of stream that you would normally watch out for, and then Sakura already taking another
Ooh.
hit there.
That's a pretty messy drop there from Nene Sakura. You know, loleur comfortably holding on, but slowly dropping some accuracy. There we go, first miss.
That's the first
But
miss,
the lead
but
is
already,
pretty big.
and Sakura already taking 2 misses there, so there's still 2 miss lead. Although with accuracy, still staying very strong, 99% versus 98.7. Is that quite a half the map to go? Actually, I didn't realize it's actually this long.
One of the longer picks in this entire pool, which consists of like a lot of 2-minute charts. Nene Sakura finding yet another drop.
Already looking like a 3 miss lead. Alright.
Okay, here's the fun part. Arguably, this is the most fun part of the start.
Yeah, you would have to contend with a little bit of a 200 BPM, mostly very light chord stream. Broken light chord stream almost. But
aside
yeah,
from
I mean,
like a few drops.
Yeah, this seems to be very comfortable in loleur3's pick there. I would assume that this is going to be 3-2 in this case.
Yeah, practically that, and with just a few more notes remaining, both players actually negotiating that fast there just fine.
Hitting them very fast. And actually only 1 miss there. That's very impressive, considering
Really
the fact that the chords by themselves is already very hard to manage with some flams here and there. And they're going for Marionette. Ooh, Nene Sakura is going for it.
Ooh. Kind of avoiding you're my curse like a plague here right now, huh?
This seems to be fairly interesting. I would assume Nene Sakura would go straight after with You Are My Curse, but given some discomfort for loleur there playing Sanctuary.
I don't know, like, I guess there's some form of risk there as well, but like the score difference should have made up for that risk at least.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. This is entirely new ground for both of these players. Well, not really, because they played the warm-up and it's kind of similar to that, so... At the very least, they should have a newer ground to see whether the accuracy is going to take for hybrids, although loleur take the first drop there.
But the accuracy is well within the range right now, because like at least there's like a good amount of rice-based notes here. Ooh, never mind though.
So, yeah, there's some drops here and there, but it's not a combo break yet. And now there's a combo break by loleur. Twice there, actually.
Well, that he got interrupted just a bit there.
Yeah, I think this feels like very safe pick there for Nene Sakura, already leading to the higher, almost a whole percent actually.
Now, if you're loleur, like there's only one pick remaining, and at least like what we see from the pools, like the pool really favors Nene Sakura as it stands. Like, what after this, like you have one LN, one hybrid. Like I
Yeah.
presume the core jack pick will be picked right after this immediately.
Oh yeah. I mean, given the fact that Loller's stronger suit in more so the accuracy for the chords, I feel like this should be fairly obvious to see when the core jack comes back in. But actually, the accuracy does seem to be fairly similar for hybrids, so I would assume that Sakura's gonna go with "You Are My Curse" after that after the core jack when Loller is picking that.
Yeah. And this will be Lawler's final pick in the pool.
There it
And
is.
there you go. There it is. The best background in the entire map pool.
Man,
7K players are based, man.
I mean, I don't especially know how you would actually find his backgrounds, but sure, I guess. You
I,
have
I
you have
mean,
your
I,
sources. You have your sources.
I mean, according to Lenpai, this was legit the YouTube thumbnail of this song.
Yeah. Well,
So
yeah.
yeah,
You have your sources, but I mean, yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Where's it
go.
gonna? Yeah. Well, okay. So we'll see. Let's see what happens for a core jack. I normally would assume that it would have a very high accuracies. So we'll see.
But anyways, I think like the more interesting part is like once we see like the spacebar jacks, like when the spacebar jacks actually kick in, like you're going to be seeing like a long spacebar jack, like a few parts in this chart.
I already like how you still have like 99.9 after this. Then it just tends to be core jack like that way.
Yeah. I
Oh my
think like a
god.
lot of the act players are going to have so much competition here on the best score overall.
Oh my god, it's
Loller
actually getting
doing
up.
very well.
It's actually going up.
Yeah.
All right, maybe this is where we can see the jacks start to kick in
Oh,
space.
both
Oh,
players actually
both of them.
trading. Oh, what?
Another one actually. Both of them trade.
Loller finding yet another drop, giving Nene Sakura the lead.
Getting a little bit complicated actually. Nene Sakura is taking the lead. Ever so.
Oh, that's
No,
a messy
no,
drop.
wait.
That is. Both players are
No.
taking messy drops. What the heck?
7,000. Oh, actually, Space War Jack Loller did find some traces there.
Oh man, that is not good. Nene Sakura is like well on their way to getting the first breakpoint of this entire match. And it's a very big advantage as well because the remaining picks actually favor Nene Sakura.
Yeah, the only picks left.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, that's like that's consecutive misses there. Another one actually. Oh, it's actually
What
getting
is
lost.
this? What is happening here? Y'all are fighting a trade.
It's actually getting lost. The lead is actually switching down to the 1,000 point ish.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, is
Both players fighting yet another trade. Dollar with
Every
the
time.
slight advantage. Oh my god! What is
There's
happening?
another one.
Oh, another, oh my god, another trade!
Oh my god, this is actually going to be so close. Nana Sakura! Oh no! 1,000! Oh my
Oh
god!
man! Wow!
That's literally back and forth. Yeah, like that, the core jack.
What is this? What are these scores?
The judge
What are
was
these miscounts?
the judge was ours about to be expected, but again, it's just how many more misses that you can contend with.
Okay, first things first, what the heck are these miscounts, man?
I mean, it just tend to be because the core jack, you know, you just misread every time and you just get a miss all out of nowhere. It's just what it is. Every time there's a core jack, it's gonna be like this. And then going you on my curse. Oh boy.
And honestly, this is Nene Sakura's best pick of the two remaining charts. But
Alright, so
Loller needs to perform out of their minds to give us a tiebreaker on the very first match of the weekend.
seems fairly quiet to see I don't know. It must be a miracle to see this happen for a tiebreaker. For the first match, I would assume so.
Well, there's a lot of opportunities here for misses, but that's not it's not something you'd want.
Yeah, if you already overhauled this early, I just don't think you were gonna have a good time with this now. Although we'll see though, this is still like the very intro of this chart. As much as you can act, if you overhauled it and causing a miss, that score is gonna be messy. At least
Lola
there's
actually
no rice.
doing very
There's
well,
no rice in this. There's no rice in this. So this, it's just purely Ellen release coordination.
and it does seem
Oh,
like Lola is performing way better on this chart compared to the other.
oh,
But the accuracy advantage.
there's a lot of hundreds there because of the overhold, and there's a miss.
Oh, Sakura
Needs
holding on to their accuracy very well despite the 8-bit pattern.
needs to be a massive trade there for the Sakura to even like maybe like a misread or some sort, but actually that is come. That
Well,
is
there you
closely
go.
true. That is a closely true, but he's very clean for a drop there.
But Lola, yeah, that's a trade.
Yeah, the accuracy is still going up even with the miss, so it's just really just a very clean one. Last quarter of the chart, and it does seem to be very hard to come back from now.
Well, that miss I think will be putting a nail in the coffin on Lola's campaign for MALT. That is, Sakura will be advancing to the next weekend, the losers bracket, second round in the losers bracket, and Lola will unfortunately have to say farewell from the tournament at this point.
Yeah,
A very good run throughout the entire match. Just a few unfortunate misses during the core jack pick, which probably would have changed the course of this match.
yeah, it would have been very much a tiebreaker if the misses were much lesser than before, but unfortunately it was not meant to be, and then Sakura is advancing forward actually for the I believe it was the quarterfinals because there's only one match for
Yeah.
round of 16 in the losers bracket.
Yep, and we'll be waiting for the winner of the uh actually no, the loser of I forgot the adjacent match to this one on the upper bracket. But yeah, we'll update you guys on that. Like once the bracket actually starts filling up.
Yeah, and of course the next match is going to be I believe it's Potassium versus Pokemon for I believe we'll be starting for around 20 minutes, 22 minutes from there. That one
Yeah.
is also pretty interesting because you would normally see they're battling in between Rise and LNs. That's kind of the deal with these
Mhm.
two players.
Like, at least like being part of the stuff, like we kind of know what potassium scores are. Like we won't spoil them, but
Yeah,
I think
well,
this is going to be one of the best matches of the weekend. I would think.
I mean, you would think that this would go to a tiebreaker because this one is already already a very potential tiebreaker, but unfortunately that one core jack pick was a little bit too much to recover from, and I feel this one is also maybe a potential tiebreaker. So we'll see about what happens.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think we'll be taking a very short break from for now, and we'll be seeing you guys in a few minutes from now for the next match.
Yeah, see you for 20 minutes from now.